Copenhagen, summer 2015. All is right with the world, as it has been for months. People are out and about. The city is abuzz with tourists and locals making a pretty penny off said tourists. A group of Japanese people walk past dangling cameras around their necks, and a couple of Danes take a photo of the group. Meanwhile, it is completely silent in the room. But a moment ago, a child was crying. Something is lurking in the corner. It can't be seen, but it is undeniably there. There's a smell of fear in the air. Meanwhile, a group of young changelings have been summoned to court, the first time as a group. They don't know why they're being asked to be present, and nobody has told them anything about what is expected of them. At least, not yet. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Copenhagen Dreaming. This is our first episode, or first actual episode, apart from the brief chrysalis stories that we already told and that have already been uploaded. And I am joined almost by everyone. We do have a couple of people who weren't able to join us on this first outing. They might drop in later. We hope so, anyway. But I'm joined by Aya and Emil and Chris and Rasmus for this initial session so far. And yeah, I think we should get going. You have, as the intro said, been summoned, and you have in fact specifically been summoned to the Winter Court this time.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And the reason why hasn't been told, you haven't been informed of why, but there's clearly some sort of expectation. When you arrive, you aren't immediately, pulled in front of whoever it was that actually summoned you. You do have some time to meet each other. You've at least seen each other over the last few months before, since your chrysalis. But how much or how little you've actually had a chance to talk to each other, I will leave up to you. So you have some time before you are, hauled out in front of everyone and somebody's going to ask you questions or whatever the hell the reason for your presence here is. So there you are. Feel free to interact.
Well, I think we agree that Sunny and Shasmin do already know each other. If you're saying anything, I can't hear you. Okay.
I wonder what happened there. Well,
Sure.
I suppose that's well, the rest of you can certainly.
Oh, okay. So, anyone else?
Yeah,
God.
Jonas has probably been politely interacting with the others, going, "Oh, you're a new guy too. Hi."
Yes.
How long time has it passed since Chrysalis?
About 2.5 months.
Okay.
So not that long.
Not that long. Yeah, Charles probably haven't talked to anyone. If you could avoid it.
No.
Not any one of the new ones.
Ah, there was a phone call.
Oh.
That was why. Okay.
Okay.
And
Oh, this is lovely. Being summoned as if I hadn't anything else to do. Any of you guys heard what it's about?
No, I haven't. Hi, I'm Jonas. I don't think I've seen you around before. He extends a hand.
I take it. Yeah, No, I've been kind of busy in the workshop. I've been battling I've been battling Rana in some building challenges since I started coming here.
I'm afraid I don't know who Rana is.
Is she at court?
Today? No, she's not. At least you can't see her. She might be hiding in one of the other rooms, obviously, but you can't see her at the moment.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, anyway, she's another knocker. Horrible craftsman.
Oh, right. Knockers were craftsmen. That's right. I suppose that means you're a knocker too?
Yes, if the pasty skin, the sharp teeth, and my long hat and my long fingers didn't give it away, I am a knocker.
Right. I'll have to remember those characteristics.
It's still pretty new for all of you, obviously.
Oh. I'm trying to think. So I think Shasmin will also extend a hand in greeting to Jonas and to Charles. Pleasure to meet both of you.
Yeah, and you too. I think I've seen you before, but I don't recall your name.
It's Shasmin.
Ah. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Jonas, was it?
Yes.
To meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
No. Could tell you were a knocker not just by your wonderful attire, but also by your curmudgeonly attitude.
Well, if your inventions kept blowing up in your face, you would have this delightful attitude as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe. It all depends on how it goes. But then I suppose that's just how it is for knockers. No, I wouldn't know. I'm but a humble issue. I go places and I tell people about things, supposedly.
Okay, so that's an issue. I'm an elf, apparently.
Oh yes.
Explains the years.
I suppose it does.
And the slight sparkle to everything you do. It's, yeah.
This is where I would do a dramatic gesture if I could control it.
It seems like we might have Aya back.
Yeah. Just as you start the intro, my sister bloody calls.
It
Yes.
happens.
And like, okay, well, maybe it's important. No, she wanted to talk about cat poop.
A very important topic indeed.
Of all
Yeah.
the things in the world to call and talk to your sister about, cat
Oh.
feces.
That's because I know a lot about pets. And when
True.
you're worried about something and there's no veterinarians near you, you can always try your sister.
That is
Because
true.
she's an animal nerd.
I mean, yeah.
That is, in fact, a word that fits you very, very well. Animal nerd.
Animal nerd?
Yes.
I know.
That I think is it is
And
not
in
an
fact-
insult in your case.
I'm, in fact, such an animal nerd that instead of removing the cat from my desk, I removed my keyboard to my lap.
Yep. So,
So he won the little shit.
as he usually does, because he's a cat and you're merely a human.
I am food giver.
Yes. So anyway, they are people are introducing each other or themselves to each other, and just basically waiting until they're told why they've all been summoned to court.
Yes.
Okay.
Producing we're just introducing because we said did we agree that Shasmin and Sunny knew each other from school?
Gosh.
Yes.
Dance studio.
From dance studio. Okay, so free to interact with everyone as you see fit.
So, yes.
In that case, the weirdest looking person smiles
Well-
slightly. Any of you ever been here before?
Hi. No, I haven't.
I'm Sunny. Says the medium tall kid with goat legs and large wings.
You have wings.
Yes, you do not.
I was told we wouldn't have wings.
I was
She
told
also
they
has
were
goat
rare.
legs.
I were told they were rare, and then my shirt ripped.
I see. I'm sorry, I'm Jonas.
I'm Sunny. He sticks out a hand.
But Jonas takes it and shakes it.
Hi, Jasmine.
It's good to see you again.
Likewise. And then he makes a double take. Jasmine?
Yes.
I'm kind of surprised to see you here too.
Yes, I must admit, I'm surprised we haven't seen each other much before this, but yeah, here we are.
Oh, hi again.
Indeed. Must say hello to Charles. Charles here is fantastic, talking about his work in the workshop.
G'day too. I'm Charles. I extend a very long, pointy-fingered hand.
Sunny just takes it and shakes it. Hello, Sunny.
As you stand there doing the introductions and such like, you are in fact approached. And in fact, one of the people approaching you is, or the person, not one of the person approaching you is this fellow.
Hello.
He walks up.
Well, hello there.
He walks up to you and looks all of you over and says, "The Duchess will see you now. Please follow me."
Okay.
Why do I get the feeling out of character that that's the line he never gets tired of saying?
Possibly.
I mean, you've got to have some fun. You've got to, if you're going to be dramatic about saying these things, you should at least enjoy it.
That is true, and let's face it, the Fae are nothing if not pompous and full of circumstance. So he takes you through the room you're in now and a couple of other ones into a large and spacious study. More than anything else, it's not a throne room or anything. That's the front room. Actually, that's the first one you enter. That's the throne room. This looks more private, but it's very large. The walls are covered in bookcases with all manner of old books in them, and a couple of ladders so that you can get up to the top of them because it's high vaulted ceilings in here. And behind the desk sits the Duchess. And she's just...
Behind the desk?
Yes. It's a study.
Oh, she's just casual today, no throne.
Yes.
Yes.
She's finishing up writing something, probably a letter. And she doesn't look up immediately for that reason, and the count that brought you in here isn't interrupting her, but it only takes a moment, and then she does look up, and she gives him a brief nod, and he bows very, very deeply, and then he leaves. And the Duchess leans back in her seat and puts her fingertips together and looks at all of you with a sort of mild interest and goes, "So, here you are. I suppose it is time we start your training."
I don't think Jonas bows. That's probably appropriate.
Yeah, Sonny saw the other man do it, so he does a bow too, almost knocking the others over with his wings he hasn't got any control over yet.
After a mild dodge move, Charles refrained to bow.
Yes. And what about Jasmine?
Jasmine, it's been a couple of months. She might have done a bit of practice. She probably tries a somewhat cack-handed but well-meaning curtsy.
Yes. She takes note of all of your reactions. She doesn't say anything to the fact that Charles doesn't bow, and she just says, "Well, as I said, it's been long enough, and it's time that you start learning." Or at least so I believe. And I think I have just the right task for you. You see, one of my pets has gone missing, and I want you to find it. And that will take some quick wits and skill, because the pet in question is an eagle. And he will fly away if he sees you coming. He's chimerical, so humans won't be able to see him. And the last I saw of him, he was in his cage in the next room over. Or I say cage, it's a voliere really, it's huge. But you're welcome to go and have a look. There are some images of him in there as well, so you know what to look for. And then I suggest you start looking. It will be good practice for you to interact with the chimerical world.
Alright.
Very well.
She
Sure.
gestures with a hand towards the door to the next room over, and it lets you know that you're free to go over there and have a look.
Mm-hmm. We are dismissed.
Yep.
Okay. Jasmine, I'm going to get the pronunciation right at some point. Does another curtsy and makes for the door.
Yes.
I think Jonas is about to move out and then remembers, oh right, I should probably, and then bows, awkwardly like, oh right,
Yes.
and then hurries out the door because that was awkward.
Yes.
Sonny probably forgets because that's not normal anymore.
So you get into the next room, and it is in fact the so-called voliere. It is a ginormous bird cage, really. The whole room is a ginormous bird cage. There are other birds in here as well, hawks and falcons mostly. They're all hunting birds.
Maybe they can help us. Not actually go out there, but maybe they've got something helpful to say.
That is possible.
Oh look, I love birds.
They, most of them at least, notice that there are now new people in the voliere and seem quite interested. Some of them probably considering whether you are dinner or not.
I think Jonas approaches the nearest one, going, "Hey there. Oh, aren't you pretty?"
It lifts one of its clawed feet and sort of half scratches at you because, stranger, go away.
Right. Just wanted to look.
Okay.
It preens.
So, how on earth did the eagle get out of here?
See, that's an intelligent question, because the only way out of this room is through the door you just came in.
Exactly.
So we're thinking something or someone opened the door and the eagle took advantage.
Seems likely.
Either that or they stuffed the eagle inside their coat and ran for it. Charles says, looking thinkingly up at some of the birds.
Maybe, but the Duchess did not specify whether the eagle was stolen or if it just escaped.
Or if it was let loose as a test.
Exactly my thought.
Okay, I'll give it a try. I raise my voice and ask out in thin air. Do any of you speak to the birds?
The birds all look at you, and it's pretty clear that a couple of them understand you, but none of them actually answer you. But it's obvious that some of them understand what you're saying.
That's a minor setback.
Well, if I am to understand correctly, not all chimerical pets can actually talk. They might be able to understand you, but talk is actually kind of rare.
We could look for clues.
Yes, that seems to be a good first step.
Right. I don't know. How would they do in the Scooby-Doo movie?
We usually have a dog to sniff it out.
Well, yes. I mean, what would usually happen is that there would be a short musical montage of slowly using magnifying glasses to examine various areas, and then the monster appears, and we get run through several different sets of doors.
What kind of music would you like? Jonas says, pulling out his smartphone.
Not in here. I don't want to irritate or spook any more of the birds in here.
Then we'll just have to go catch all of them.
No.
If we look outside, maybe we could find some sign of an eagle, maybe a bird dropping or a feather or beak or.
You can certainly see, by the way, in here where the bird normally is sitting, because, you know, like the Duchess has her throne, so does the eagle. Its perch is higher up than anyone else's, and it's decorated with gemstones and other knickknacks of prettiness.
So
Yeah.
it's not actually in a cage, it's on a perch.
It's on a perch. The voliere is the cage, basically. It's
Yeah,
the
basically.
whole room is the cage.
Are there too many feathers around this thing?
Yes, there are quite a few feathers on the ground. After all, there are quite a few birds in here. So.
Yeah, but around the eagle's thingies.
Oh, right.
As in, was it attacked by something and then possibly taken?
No,
Because they screech and flap around a lot.
they do, but no, that's in fact not the case. There are a couple of feathers, but not a lot, you know, so.
He picks one up. If they go by and get the corgi, then maybe the corgi can sniff it out.
That's a good suggestion.
You're letting Sir loose in a room full of birds of prey.
Well, he's not here now, is he?
No, of course. That would be quite awkward.
Right.
Sonny starts looking for clues.
If it's chimerical,
Yes.
maybe we can detect it. Maybe it leaves some kind of trace.
Like a glow, or
But maybe it has. I'm really guessing here, but maybe it has some kind of a signature, and just maybe I can whip up something that can test against it. Charles get this distant look in his eyes. He's building something in his mind now.
Everybody, please do me a favor and roll kenning plus perception.
Yes, I was thinking that would be the case. See, so it's /r space.
Number of D10s SD.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. That's 2 of you so far.
Nice.
I think we need Emil.
It says command is /r.
That is a lot of.
There you go.
That's pretty good. It's actually.
If you add SD without a space at the end, it sorts it automatically.
So, that means the only one who doesn't have a success here is Sunny. Unfortunately, because the 1 negates the 9. But everyone else has at least 2, and in Shasman's case, she's got 3 successes.
Ooh.
Which means that you all detect a very, very faint trace of glamour in the air. It's difficult because there is already, the chimerical creatures in here are all in some way or other infused with glamour. But you do sense this very, very faint trail going from where the bird would have been sitting on its perch towards the door.
Mm-hmm. There
think
it is.
I sense something.
Yes.
My ears are sort of tingling.
Your ears are tingling?
Don't
Yes.
ask me.
I love the idea that the elf with his long ears, his ears are tingling. It's his sort of spider sense.
Yeah, Sunny can't help but look at his ears, see if they're vibrating.
Wah, wah,
I've got the same.
wah.
Yeah, strange as that sound, my teeth are tingling as well.
Yeah, same with my the soles of my feet.
Ah. What about you, Sunny? Anything tingling on you?
Nope. Thankfully.
Yes, considering just what kind of fae you are, I think I don't want to know what tingles when you sense what we're sensing.
What?
Nothing at all.
I don't get it.
Oh, you're so
It's
precious.
the hooves.
Yes, clearly. Thank you. Let's focus on the fact
Sunny
that
looks very tired.
I think.
Turns and walks out the door.
What?
Come on, let's
where you
follow
going?
your tingling things.
You don't even know where it's going, but
No.
good guess.
But it's not in here anymore, so it's probably out the door.
All right, fine. Let's follow the initiative taker.
Let's follow the tingles.
So you leave the room, and not entirely surprisingly, you can continue to sense this tingling sensation, and you can continue to sense the trail of glamour all the way into the main room, where apparently the bird flew up higher so as not to interact with all the people down at floor level. And that means that you can see the what is it called, the trace up under the vaulted ceilings. It's still faint, but it's definitely there. And there's no question that the bird has escaped this place and is now somewhere outside in the wide expanses of Copenhagen city.
Oh, damn.
No one said this would be easy.
What?
It's flown out into the city.
Okay.
So we need to follow it, and we need to be careful that if we find it, it doesn't see us.
How do we do that? Any of you know how to do that magic thing?
Which one?
I just know we can do magic.
In fact, none of you have access to any of your arts or realms just yet. You'll get access to the first ones after tonight.
No, we're just going to have to rely on on each other and our will to see this done. As corny as that sounds.
I think we should rely on having a plan.
Yeah, so that was implied.
How about an educated guess?
What are you thinking?
If you were an eagle in Copenhagen, where'd you go?
I don't know, the zoo?
Somewhere green.
That's a good idea.
Somewhere you can hunt.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
there's
let's-
pigeons all over.
Let's for now let's just keep following the trail.
Alright. Sunny just spreads his wings.
Hmm.
Where?
Maybe not quite so noticeably as that.
Right.
No, you're desperate to. Trust me, if I had wings, I'd be desperate to use them too. But I think we need to be a little cautious.
Fine, we'll walk then. Where?
Let's-
Should we just go outside and see if we can pick it up?
Yes.
Or pick up the trail, at
Well,
least.
you're the one with the tinkly stuff. I don't know where it went.
I think that way?
Yeah.
You think?
It went that away.
I'm not used to these weird sensations.
Uh-huh.
As you're standing around there, you are yet again approached by someone. And
Oh.
in this case, let me just find the person in question.
Some who?
Yes, you are in fact approached by this fellow.
Sung Wukong.
Oh my.
Yes. He comes over. He's not really walking so much as he's half leaping and using his knuckles to support himself. He moves moves like a monkey. And he looks at all of you with a lot of interest and goes, "I sense that you are searching for something."
Yes.
Ah,
That's what we are. Yes.
What, in fact, are you searching for?
At this point, Shasmin looks at Jonas. Are we allowed to talk about what we're doing?
we're fetching a pet. I don't think it's a state secret.
Suppose.
A pet? Has somebody lost a pet? No, nobody here has lost any pets. I'm sure of that. No,
Oh.
no, you must be mistaken.
Of course. Nevertheless, we're still going to go out there and make fools of ourselves in trying.
Right. Well, if you had any questions, you're always free to ask.
You haven't by any chance seen an eagle, have you?
No, I can't say I've seen any eagles. That's no, not any eagles.
Okay.
Okay.
Shame.
Thanks anyway.
You're welcome.
How would you go about finding an eagle?
I think I would look for places where it could nest. Maybe places where it could get some food.
That seems legit.
Someplace secure to nest, definitely.
Possible, but
Alright.
Maybe we should just go outside and look.
Yeah, you had a trail we could follow, right?
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyway,
This hasn't happened before, has it?
Nope.
Shasmin is trying not to smile too much.
Did you know that guy Jonas says as they walk away?
No, but I have been told about what kind of fairy he is.
Oh, what kind of fairy is he?
I think he is a puka.
Uh-huh.
The point about the big thing about puka is that, as far as I can tell, they are compulsive liars.
Oh.
Everything.
Oh. Oh.
So when he said it's actually happened a lot,
Yeah, somebody says he
could have
hasn't.
happened before.
Somebody hasn't seen one. It means he most likely has seen one. And if he's pointed out places that they could be, where it could be, it probably isn't there. But then maybe they can be quite confusing.
I'm confused already.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
So, what you're saying is that if we think he lies, he has seen the eagle. This has happened 1,000,000 times before, and the eagle wouldn't have gone any. Oh, fuck.
As there might be a standard test.
It doesn't make it any less important.
I don't. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, let's get outside.
Yes.
Right. So you go
On the
out.
way out, when they start going outside, Sonny just calls Sir over to him.
Yes.
And this little happy bouncing corgi comes running up.
Yes.
Oh, he's precious.
Thank you, he says.
And he
Francis.
talks.
And he talks.
And
I
he
thought-
flies.
Da-da-da-da-da! Corgi power!
As he
Oh.
starts doggy paddling in the air.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Get into.
Don't show off,
Um,
sir. We have stuff to do. We have to find an eagle.
Oh! Oh! Oh, he ran off again, did he?
Again?
Oh.
I figured you'd know more. You knew Maya before I did.
Yes.
But we have to go find him.
Right.
Is
Okay.
he as smart as you or less smart?
Smarter. And he talks
Aww, no one's smarter than you.
too. He's smarter than me, and he talks as well when you find him.
Okay.
It's pretty important that you know this. He says that eagle is a noble bird, and he knows it.
We could see by his perch.
Yeah, he is treated by the other birds pretty much like the Duchess is treated by the Fae. So just so you know, he's probably going to be less likely to help you or come with you if you don't show him the respect he feels that he's due.
So suck up to the bird and everything's alright.
Suck up to the bird, indeed. Bring him food. That usually helps.
Well, I'm guessing he likes meat.
Yes.
Any kind.
I think if it said moo while it was alive, it's a winner.
But no chicken dinner.
No.
And he smirks. Let's go find some moo to him.
Wait, I mean, if you have a magical dog, couldn't you use that to track the eagle?
Well, you have tingly ears. Why don't we follow them?
I don't know. A dog seems more efficient than tingly ears.
Yeah, but the tingly ears are funnier.
He's got tingly ears.
Yeah.
That's actually kind
And
of
Charles here was tingly teeth, right?
Ooh, that's. Have you seen a dentist?
And Yasmin here had tingly feet.
But she's Eshu. They always have tingly feet, don't they?
I don't know. I didn't even know she was Faye before today.
No, it's fine. I suspect it's something to do with what kind of fae we are, it depends where we tingle.
The corgi looks at Sonny. And,
Yes.
and
I had
takes
the
2
exact
steps-
same thought.
And takes 2 steps to the side.
Yes, I had the exact same thought.
What's with you? Seriously.
Sonny, you're a satyr.
I'm aware.
What are satyrs? We have been told what satyrs are known for in the courts.
The hooves and Charlie leaves.
They what?
Their hooves.
No,
What are they known for?
for being quite
Passionate.
promiscuous.
Oh.
They like to and Jasmine blushes as she says this because again she's only what 14.
Yes.
They're apparently quite keen in the bedroom.
Jonas smirks at Sonny.
Sonny crosses his arms. But thank you for the generalization.
I'm just saying. I'm following the trail. I'm ending this before I embarrass myself any further.
Sonny follows her with an icy glare.
You
Don't worry, Sonny. I think maybe your tail will tingle instead.
He gets an icy glare too as Sonny starts walking.
poor Sonny getting typecast from the beginning.
Exactly.
I mean,
One of the funny things is none of his passions is actually sexual.
Yes.
who knows?
So, you.
I'm waiting outside the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonny comes out. He's dumping a little more than he probably should.
Yes. You
You
get.
Well,
guys
I'm
done talking about the
Set her in a room. Let's just find a bloody bird.
You get.
I'll take that as a yes.
You get to the surface outside the cisterns where the court is obviously located, and yeah, it's a mighty big city in which to be looking for a bird, isn't it? But and what's even worse is that when you get out there, you have to roll again because to see if you can still keep a track of the. If you can still keep track of the chimerical trail.
Sure.
Let's do this.
Whoa! I'm not gonna tell you what starts tingling.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, I wish I had something that gave me doubles on criticals.
Well, you all have at least one success. In fact, Charlie has 3, Sonny has 3, Jonas only has 1, and Jasmine has 2. And
Jasmine.
that means that, Jonas, you can't actually keep the trail anymore. You need at least 2 successes to do so out here. But the rest of you can sense where the bird has gone, and it has, in fact, from the looks of things, it has in fact set its direction roughly towards the zoo.
Oh. To what the zoo then?
What time of
Sonny
day is
just
it?
says.
It is mid-afternoon, so you have time before the zoo closes.
Because we, from what Sir has mentioned, funny enough.
Shut up, sir.
If only it was, no. We have to pick up some meat from somewhere.
Yeah, but
So-
you are far enough away from the zoo that you can stop by a supermarket on the way and buy some
Yes.
steak.
As long as it's good quality, pre-packaged frozen meat, none of that common rubbish, then we should be all right.
Well, we don't have to get it frozen. And if we get a good supermarket, we could even get from a delicatessen or something.
That is true, actually.
Well, you managed to
Or a
find.
butcher. There's probably
Around
a couple of butchers on the way there.
Jerky.
All right. So yeah, well, you can
Okay.
find several varieties on the way. So
Just like bring a meat feast for it.
He's not getting a meat feast. Then the Duchess will just be angry because we made her bird fat.
Might certainly
Imagine
not.
how pathetic it would be. Of course, the bird would never fly away again because he could never reach his perch.
You'd come back and she
I
would
mean,
have
on the meat feast, how much meat do you think? How much meat do you think we need?
Johnny looks thoughtful. Well, a bird of that size? I don't think we could fatten him up that fast.
But the funny thing there is that, I can just see the mental image. You come back with this gluttonous bird, and the Duchess just sits there going, I told you to bring me back my eagle, not my turkey.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving!
At which point we are all summarily slapped and sent away. No, reminds me of that. God, I remember that story I keep telling of one Christmas. We were going shopping in town, and there was this pigeon was basically ovoid, and it was struggling to get off the ground. It was just like flapping its wings and effectively hopping along, trying desperately to fly, and it couldn't. Poor thing. So yes.
Reminds me of the saddest squirrel I've ever seen. It wasn't fat, but it's been eating of the fall fruit around
right,
my
yeah.
mother's garden.
I
So
think-
it was so pissed drunk that it couldn't climb a tree.
Poor
Oh.
thing.
No.
Halfway up, and then it could no longer keep its front paws on the branches, so it drooped and clung onto this shitty branch for its life with its hind legs, just to tumble down and roll around.
No.
He was so drunk he couldn't lay flat without holding on.
Oh, poor thing. Okay, so if we go and we get,
I'm hearing vodka infused beef.
I no,
It'd be hilarious, but I think we'll be killed.
I am not turning the Duchess's prize eagle into an alcoholic for your amusement. It's not happening.
I do love the sort of cynicism that's already coming from the knocker.
Yes.
Johnny can't help but
May-
chuckle. Oh,
maybe
but
if-
imagine it.
Maybe if we just dropped it slightly.
Is Charles in his winter seeming? Is it not winter seeming? What do you call it?
He's just being a knocker.
It's true.
So they don't just change seeming because it changes the season.
Legacy, sorry, yeah.
Legacy, yeah, they do, but some people are in their winter or summer legacy all year long through sheer willpower, basically.
Oh, fair enough. Fine. God, if this is what Charles is like in his Sealy legacy, I hate to see what he's like in his unsealy.
There's
When
only
he's in a bad mood.
there are actually only 2 days out of the year where you can't choose what legacy you're in. That's the summer and winter solstices.
Yes, I guess.
Those you are the appropriate seemings for. Whether you
Excellent.
want to or not, it's a mystical thing, which means
Yes.
that all the normally really snarky people are really, really lovely and nice and so on summer solstice, and real assholes during winter.
Yep.
But then everyone is.
Mm-hmm. And it's all part of the system. So everyone gets along afterwards.
Yes.
Usually. Okay.
Usually.
So point is, we do pick up a nice bit of beef or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And we take it with us.
Yes.
If we're going to actually go into the zoo, we might need to hide it cleverly so that, I can't imagine they're going to let people walk in with a piece of beef because, like, you don't feed the animals in the cages, please, sort of thing.
You think so?
Charlie has a bag. I think we can hide it in here. I'll
good
keep
point.
it safe.
That's a good point, actually. So thinking Jasmine might have her backpack, and if she has her backpack, she might have. Well, I'll deal with that if and when we get into the zoo, assuming we do actually go into the zoo.
We have to find the bird.
Okay, so after getting the meat, we follow the trail to the zoo then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sonya's rubbing his horns. This is weird.
As far as I recall, it's somewhat expensive getting into the zoo.
Yeah, no problem. Just walk behind me.
What, you're gonna pay for us?
Yep.
That's generous.
Right?
I go. Man, Charles rocks and walks up to the ticket window.
Yep. You get tickets for all of you. No problem. The So yeah, you can obviously afford to do so it's fine.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And
There's a
sorry.
distinct creaking sound coming from your microphone, Emil.
Creaking sound.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's not too bad. It's we can manage it, I think.
Okay.
It's kind of like a creaky furniture thing.
Yeah, a little, but it's fine. It's
Yeah, I'll see what I can
considering
do
how
about it.
bad my microphone is, I think we can live with it.
I think
Daniels that jumps to 100. Oh my!
that's fine.
Yes, out of
We've
nowhere.
been at this gig for what 3 years plus now. We're kind of used to just having little sound niggles, and we
If
can
there
deal with
aren't
it.
any gremlins, we have to be very worried because then it'll all come at one other point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Definitely.
So either way, we are in the zoo.
You are in fact in the zoo, and you can
Where
still.
does the trail go now?
It leads towards the small mammals section.
Oh, joy.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I check out the animals. Any of them seemed extra special.
No, just animals.
Oh,
Should we actually have brought a tranquilizer gun?
No.
If it's chimerical and she said no one else can see it, then there's a chance he can't eat the mammals,
I'm.
and that a tranquilizer gun won't work on it.
Besides, I'm guessing that being polite and respectful is probably the easiest way to get this bird home.
I
know
think
it's-
she'll be a little pissy if we come home with a knocked out bird.
It is about appealing to the bird. It's about appealing to its sense of superiority, flattering it, and convincing it that it wants to return of its own volition.
Yeah, but
So treat it
but
like
didn't-
it's a cat.
but didn't she just say that it would run away if it saw us or fly? Obviously.
Well, maybe we can address it without being seen first.
What, like pin a note to the beef? Please follow.
Maybe. Or if you want, we could try sneaking up on it and see how that turns out.
Let's just find out where it is first. If we don't see where it is, it'll be kind of hard making plans for it.
Yeah, you're right.
And you get towards the area where you were supposed to go, and you suddenly realize you're pretty much alone here. There's nobody else. But the people that otherwise milling about the zoo aren't coming over here for some reason or other.
That is weird.
That's weird.
Keep your wits about you. It might be dangerous.
I know it's a snoot, but how snooty do you have to get for no one getting near you, even when they can't see you?
It might not be the eagle causing it.
Do you think it's in danger?
Possibly.
You, as you approach the small mammals section, and you're pretty much, you're right up to where the first signs say "this way for the chinchillas," basically.
Oh,
You suddenly hear a low growl behind you.
That's not a bird sound. Sun just turns around.
There's a wolf. You're in no doubt whatsoever that this is not a dog. It's too large, and those teeth are not something you see in a dog.
And I know it's not a wild animal because wild animals don't attack me.
Exactly, but he is definitely He's snarling, and he's looking at you. All of you.
Hi there, wolf.
Nice doggy.
Not a dog.
He growls at Charles
I don't
when he says
care.
when he says dog.
Well,
I think
when
you
you're
offended
just-
him.
Jasmine, right about now would be a good time for that beef.
That won't work, Charles. That is not a dog.
are you?
He waves at the wolf. We're just gonna leave now.
He gets in the way.
Don't think he wants us to leave.
No shit, Sherlock.
Can you-
Maybe.
Can you understand us?
Of course he can, a woman says now behind you.
I think Jonas would spin around, but then he immediately thinks, best keep an eye on the wolf.
Jasmine will turn around since she's the question was her question being answered.
Of course he can understand you. He's the whole reason why I'm here, and I'm the reason why he's here, and ooh, wow, you are young.
Who are we looking at?
This woman.
Oh, crap.
She is standing inside a one of the buildings.
Inside
By
one
the
of the
time-
buildings.
Yes, she's inside the building, the small mammals building, and yes, it should probably be said that the sun is setting right around now.
How close is she to us in the building?
She's about 10 meters away.
Is being that close to her enough to make us feel a sense of?
No, there is nothing coming from her in that regard.
Interesting.
Well, I've played vampires, so I know why, but Sonny have no idea.
Well,
I've-
if you guys have some sort of kinky date, don't let us get in the way.
She grins and says, I wouldn't call it a kinky date, more of a, if I leave this place, he's going to kill me, and if he leaves this place, all my friends will kill him.
Oh, so we're just in the middle of it.
Yes. Oh, it's delightful, isn't it?
Great!
Especially seeing as you're still kids. What in the world? You're still... And you're so sparkly.
Oh, are you? He looks at Jasmine. Is she some kind of fairy?
I really don't think so.
No, I'm really not a fairy, but it's kind of fun that you admit that you are. You might not want to be so loud about it, kids.
Well, strictly speaking, I just asked if you were.
Well, that still sort of implies that you know fairies exist.
She
So are
got
you
you on
implying
that
right
one.
now?
Yeah, because you started it. Oh, this is gonna go around in circles.
Jasmine is as she's talking about this and saying, "Oh yeah, you've just said out loud." That's the point that Jasmine's looking around for cameras, and I mean, not all cameras have sound recording, but you never know.
There are plenty of cameras, but yeah, they look primitive enough that there's no sound system on them.
All right. Well, we can't go back since the gentleman, she says, without looking at the wolf behind us, doesn't want us to leave. Can we go forward and keep searching and leave you to it?
What are you looking for? Maybe I've seen it.
Well, you just told us not to tell you stuff, so perhaps that would be a bad idea.
You're learning quickly, kid. I like you.
Thank you. I'm undecided on you so far.
That's smart. My name is Karina. By the way.
Um,
So just so that you know, that the strange and sort of helpful woman in the doorway has a name, right?
Right. I think I'll refrain from giving you my name, however impolite it might be.
She stands there and she looks at you for a moment, and then you realize that her facial expression just went sort of blank. Like she's just not there. And there's a voice behind you again, now that you're looking at him. Some of you are still looking at the wolf, right?
I think Sunny at this point is looking back and forth because the wolf is growling at them, but this woman is clearly mad. But there is still the wolf behind them that isn't actually a wolf. He would know immediately because they would just ignore him.
Yes.
So he's just keeping an eye on that so it doesn't suddenly jump them, and keeping an eye on the woman because he doesn't know what to expect from that.
The question is also if he would know that about wolves just yet, seeing as that is, I believe, a supernatural merit.
It is, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he would have noticed by now.
Well, you've only been a fairy for about 2.5 months, so how many wolves would you have run into, or even other wild animals in that time is what I mean. So I think it might be a matter of this being sort of pretty much a first experience of them not actually attacking you. Wild and dangerous animals, at least, because there aren't that many of them running loose in Copenhagen.
This is true. But he would have noticed babies getting calm around him.
Yes, that's true.
And all other animals getting calm around him.
That's true.
But
That he would have.
yeah, so, but from the direction of the wolf, someone's speaking.
Yes. And when you look there, the wolf is gone, and there's a man standing there in a pair of jeans and a grey t-shirt. He's kind of shaggy looking.
Okay.
What does he say?
He says, "You're not going to get much sense out of her. She's mad."
Gathered that
Wow.
much already. Hello.
Yeah.
Where'd the wolf go?
Here.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know there were ones there. That's amazing.
What's amazing? Charles whispers.
I think he's. Yeah, I think this gentleman is in fact a werewolf or something.
You get a point, kid. Just be happy we're in here. We're not exactly on good terms with your kind. You see, as long as you're in the Sioux, you're on neutral ground. We don't fight in here.
That's a rule?
That's a rule.
I had no idea.
Well, you do now.
But she would be fair game.
Yeah, if I met her outside, she'd be fair game, and she would already be dead. Except she managed to run in here. So I followed her. Just to keep an eye on her, mind you.
Okay.
But while you keep an eye on her, could if we just skedaddle out of here again, and just leave you guys to it, maybe?
Sure. Why are you here anyway?
We're looking for something that got lost.
Oh, I suppose that happens. Yeah, well, go.
Thanks.
Thank you,
That's the-
Mr. Werewolf.
Does the trail lead into the thing she's in?
Yes, it does.
Oh, crap! I think Sunny goes, okay, let's fight. Stops looking at her like, crap! We have to get in there.
Yeah, sure.
Well, if it's neutral ground, then
Maybe there's another entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get out of here, and maybe we'll find another entrance.
Sunny just closes it to her and tries to get around her.
Right? Whoa, just a second. I have a wasp right in front of me, so if
Yeah.
you guys will give me a few seconds while I get rid of this evil
Fight
beast.
the wasp epically.
Well,
The
get
wasp
rid of
just
this
wants to be
beast.
part of the game.
Yeah, I don't really care. Wasps are evil.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
I got
Squish
rid of
it.
No, I managed to wasp it out the door. Haha.
Ho 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 ho.
Yes, that's
Har 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 har.
2 separate wasp instances in the same week. One for you, Joan, and one for me.
Well, it is around now. They're starting to get a little itchy.
Okay. So, from a cursory glance, does it look like there might be another way into the building with the chinchillas?
On the other side of it, probably. I mean, it's one of those buildings you walk through. And there are other
Yeah.
things than chinchillas in there. You know, mice and other creatures.
No,
like
but
that.
I just like saying that word.
Yes.
Well, Sunny is taking the man up on his word that he hasn't ripped them apart yet, and take this as a neutral ground, trying to edge around her.
What, you're just going through the entrance and hoping she doesn't go for you?
Yeah, he's
Sunny,
basically trusting he's fast enough to get away.
She looks at you when you're about to walk past and goes, "Oh, hi. Wow,
Hi.
I haven't seen you
What?
before." Her voice has changed. Her physical, her what's it called? Her body language. It's all totally changed.
Hello.
No.
I'm just about to walk past you. Have a good evening. And then he walks inside.
Right. Hmm.
Sir,
There-
come here! I'm not going in here alone, you little shit!
And there are 4 of you. Ooh, snacks. And there's just a snarl from the man going, "You're gonna let them go. This is neutral ground, you sick, twisted shit." And she goes, "Oh, do I have to? Damn. All right then. Shoo, go."
okay. I think
Yeah.
Jonas would like to start walking towards the other end of the building.
Yes. You walk past her and through the building and get to the
Call
other-
Sir inside because he's not going in there alone.
Nope.
Yes, I think that it's going past. I think Jasmine will follow Sunny because friends and, have someone close stick together.
Yes.
But it's at that point that as they're going through that Jasmine will reach into her. She'll have her backpack with her. She'll reach in and carefully pull out a small bronze statue of a weird posing man with an elephant head.
Yes. We will know what happens with that when we get back, but right now we have to take our first break.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience, please stay with us, and we will be right back with more Copenhagen Dreaming.